1.
Thomas, let me ask you, for a number of years you were addicted to alcohol, you were freebasing cocaine and snorting cocaine. At what point did you realize that you had a problem? And were you the first to realize it?
Unfortunately, I was the first to realize it. You know, it takes a long time for one to admit that he has a drug and alcohol problem, because most of us grew up with that John Wayne type attitude. It was 1981 that I realized that alcohol, cocaine, and other mind-altering chemicals had almost killed me. And I went to the NFL office and I said, hey, I got a problem with this cocaine, and will you people help me? So the first time I went in, it was because the pain got so intense that I went in myself. You know, I was the first player to go public with the cocaine addiction in the NFL in 1981.
Did they help you, or did they not want to deal with it?
They didn't know what to do. There was no precedent for it. They were shocked, and I believe they're still shocked. They still didn't want to recognize it. Before that, players had been cut and traded and kind of run off and kind of just faded into black with those kind of problems, if they were ever to come up. When I took it public, that meant the can of worms had been opened. They had to do something about it. They're still scrambling to find a solution. There are no quick, easy answers for the problem, but I started it.
Now, I understand that wasn't the low point in your life. When did you bottom out?
I bottomed out at my house in Long Beach, California, after being charged with a moral charge and sitting in the corner. My lawyer come into the room. I sat there and started crying, and before me I saw all the money, the fame, the fortune, all the adulation gone. And my moment of clarity, the moment I saw was that alcohol, drugs, cocaine, and all other mind-altering drugs had done this to me. So my moment of clarity was I figured out and saw the problem, and I still didn't know what to do, but I knew that drugs and alcohol had been my downfall. And I wanted to commit suicide. And a doctor told me that the suicide was a permanent solution for a temporary problem. So I had a low bottom, but someone told me that there was hope, no matter how hopeless it seemed, that Thomas Henderson, that if you can stay clean and sober one day at a time, that your life will get better and your life will change. And that has been the way I've lived for the last almost 5 years. I'll be sober 5 years, November the 8th.
In the book, you talk about snorting cocaine on the field during Super Bowl 13. What is it like to be in the biggest game of the year, possibly the biggest game of your life, and doing a big hit of cocaine with millions of people there and then getting into the game?
Well, I'm not very proud of that moment, but that is just how sick. And you see, a cocaine addict will go to any length to have his drug of choice on him. I went to great lengths to have a Vicks inhaler mixed with water to have in my pant pocket, because not only was I addicted to cocaine that January 1979, I had a sore in my nose that needed tending to every 5 to 10 minutes. So I couldn't be without cocaine for an hour, so I had to take it with me. Not because I was showing out, not because I thought I was going to write a book one day, because I was ill, because I was under foreign management, because I was sick.
At the time, did you think that was helping you, or did you realize that you were just contributing to the problem?
I knew I was sick.
Yeah.
I knew I was sick. There were times there in the late 70s where I wanted to quit but didn't know how. You know, and that's a sad place to be. And a lot of people in America today are in that place. They want to quit drinking, they want to quit smoking pot, they want to quit doing cocaine, but they just don't know how. And I've been there. I didn't know how. I wanted to quit but didn't know how. And I feel like crying thinking about that powerless place. But it's okay that you can recover. Recovery is possible.
How about the celebrity status that's laid on pro ball players? Does that hurt the game itself?
Hurt the game?
The game. I mean, if these people are...
It hurts marriages more than it hurts the game.
But I mean, do these people get caught up more in their own personal status than playing a good ball game as a team and winning?
Well, I think professional football, you really lose the idea of a team sport. They try to promote that. I think the last time I played a team sport was in high school, where we had that team camaraderie. In professional football, it's like working at IBM anywhere. You leave the office and you go home to your particular families, and where you're the head of the house or you're single or whatever. There's not this big family thing, because football players, as Tex Schramm said during the strike last year, are transient. And you just never know, who's going to be where.
Is it true that anything goes as long as you win the game? Do they overlook pretty much anything as long as you're up there winning?
Well, during the 70s, when the Cowboys were a good football team, I would say that was kind of like the attitude of the players, that anything goes. What can we do for you today to get you going? And that's how that camaraderie went. That I could get speed, or I could get codeine or a Percodan in the locker room. Because that day we were going to go to any length to win, and of course we were very successful with that. And not to lend any credibility to dope, but sometimes playing professional football, the pain was so intense with the shoulders, hands, arms, knees, legs, back, that players thought, and I thought oftentimes, that I wasn't going to make it on a Sunday unless I had some Percodan or codeine in my body.
Is there light at the end of the tunnel as far as cleaning up the game and getting drugs off the playing field, out of the locker rooms, and just playing a good, wholesome, so to speak, all-American game of football with straight people?
I believe when Pete Rozelle quits taking this thing so personal, see, I believe he's taking it real personal, and he's putting out these 30-day suspensions. Dr. Forrest Tennant is the drug advisor for the NFL. I'm not sure that he's pushing hard enough to really get stringent, to make sure these guys go to treatment. For instance, Dexter Manley got suspended for 30 days. They told him to go to therapy and test him 3 times a week. That's fine. But Lawrence Taylor, who made a mockery of treatment 2.5 years ago, I mean, he should have been suspended for 60 days, and he should have been ordered into treatment, period. You go to treatment, Lawrence Taylor. So whenever they get strong enough, like the NBA, I think the NBA has a model program now, and they're doing probably the best job that can be done, because the problem is everywhere. The NBA is doing the best job. I hope that the NFL Players Association and the NFL can come to par with that.
Looking back at the loss of your money, your career, your freedom for a while, your celebrity status, all of that, do you ever look in the mirror and just say, man, you blew it?
No, I look in the mirror today and think of how lucky and fortunate I am to be clean and sober almost 5 years. I had all the toys, the Rolls Royces, the big houses, and the Super Bowls and Super Bowl rings. Today, Thomas Henderson has what he needs, and that's a lifestyle, a way to live. I'm happy, I'm joyous, I'm free, and I enjoy sharing my life and my drug problem in this book, Out of Control. At $4.50, it's a bargain. If you got a cocaine problem or alcohol problem in your life and your family, $4.50. If one of your kids you think might be headed that way, buy Out of Control for them. It's a harsh book. It's vulgar, but it's real. And that's what I'm all about today. Thomas Henderson's real.
If you could go back and apologize to one person that maybe you burned along the way or you hurt along the way, who would that person be?
That'd be God.
Really?
Yeah.
They call you Hollywood Henderson. Does that name apply anymore?
Only when I'm doing satellites.
Really? It doesn't? I mean, people don't call you Hollywood anymore?
It's fun. It's fun. Today it's real fun to be recognized. And people say, boy, you're Hollywood Henderson. And, a lot of people don't know my real name. A lot of people don't know my name is Thomas Edward Henderson. Which really sounds corny. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun today. And it's wonderful to walk through an airport or get on an airplane and somebody say, yeah, you're Hollywood Henderson. Boy, you were a great linebacker and I enjoyed seeing you play. I don't take it as a derogatory that someone calls me Hollywood. When someone calls me Hollywood, it just lets me know they enjoy it the way I played football and they don't know my first name.
All right. Well, Thomas Edward Henderson, thanks a lot for being with us.
Okay.
See you later.
Thank you.